Hey, Warriors fans! Tonight we're diving deep into everything happening with the Golden State roster and all the latest news that's shaping the NBA landscape. Let's start with the recent performance against Utah. Honestly, watching that game, I expected it to be tighter, but the Warriors came out and delivered a solid 16-point victory, exactly the kind of statement we wanted to see. The team looked cohesive and determined, even with Jimmy sidelined, proving that their identity is resilient. In the first few games after his injury, it was clear the squad struggled to find their rhythm, but last night, everything seemed to click. What stood out most was the bench production. 5 players scoring in double digits, a depth that truly reinforces Golden State's championship aspirations. It's encouraging to see the bench step up like that, because it not only fuels victories now, but also reveals which players are truly invested in the team's long-term vision versus personal stats. Watching the box score, a lot of names catch the eye. Steven had an excellent night, while Richard showed great consistency, and Moses Moody once again turned heads with a standout performance. Moody's streak has made it tempting to consider him in potential trade discussions, but his performance, coupled with a manageable contract, increases his value significantly for the Warriors. That said, Draymond's night was mixed. His defensive impact remains unquestionable, yet offensively, there's always a desire to see him add points. Right now, the team needs that second-star production to maintain momentum, and games like these highlight who can provide it. Poole contributed well, though I would have liked even more from him. While Moody scoring 26 points, just one shy of Steph's 27, demonstrates that the team's offensive efficiency is rising without Jimmy. Shifting toward broader NBA news, Giannis Antetokounmpo's openness to relocation creates an intriguing possibility for Golden State. His availability has the potential to redefine the team's strategy heading into the trade deadline. Considering the Warriors' depth and flexibility, they can present a compelling package, which might include 3 unprotected first-round picks, a young talent like Jonathan Kuminga, and potentially players like Poole or even Jimmy Butler, depending on how negotiations unfold. While other teams like New York or Miami might also pursue Giannis, the Warriors' combination of multiple picks and attractive player contract positions them strongly. The Bucks need to maintain competitiveness, and having immediate access to multiple unprotected first-round selections provides the right incentive for them to make a move now rather than wait until next summer. Financial flexibility has become a cornerstone of modern roster building, and Golden State exemplifies that. By managing contracts strategically, the team can navigate trades and acquisitions without being constrained by oversized commitments. Players like Bobby Portis or Kyle Kuzma, with contracts that are favorable in terms of duration and cost, could play key roles if included in a trade scenario. Meanwhile, retaining flexibility allows the Warriors to target stars without jeopardizing the team's long-term planning, emphasizing a balance between established talent and younger contributors. In the evolving NBA, teams that focus on cohesive rosters rather than purely top-heavy lineups often find greater success, and Golden State's current approach reflects that philosophy perfectly. On the court, individual performances have been particularly exciting. Steph Curry continues to dominate scoring discussions, and while his rebounds and assists fluctuate, his ability to take over games remains undeniable. Since Jimmy's injury, Steph has consistently delivered when it matters most, showing the leadership and skill that solidify his role as the focal point of the offense. Watching him adapt, whether scoring against Dallas, Minnesota, or Utah, demonstrates a high basketball IQ and a relentless commitment to leading the team. His alternative stats, like rebounds and steals, might see slight dips due to his scoring focus, but that's precisely what the team needs right now, a leader who can take over offensively while others complement him. Beyond individual achievements, what's truly impressive is how the Warriors leverage depth and strategy. The bench contributions against Utah weren't just impressive in points. They highlighted versatility, decision-making, and resilience under pressure. In the post-Jimmy era, understanding which players embody the team-first mentality becomes crucial, especially with the upcoming trade deadline looming. The team needs players committed to the championship journey, and seeing how different roster members respond in real-game situations provides invaluable insight into future moves. Evaluating performance in high-stakes games allows the front office to make calculated decisions about trades, rotations, and potential acquisitions while maintaining the integrity of a winning culture. As we look toward the trade deadline, it's clear that Golden State has options that few teams can match. Expiring contracts, young talent, and multiple first-round selections offer the flexibility to reshape the roster dynamically. While the NBA has shifted toward valuing financial maneuverability and strategic contract management, Golden State's position allows them to capitalize on opportunities other teams might overlook. Every decision, from trading to developing bench players, is made with both immediate impact and long-term vision in mind. It's not just about winning today. It's about constructing a foundation that sustains championship contention over multiple seasons. From a strategic standpoint, evaluating potential acquisitions isn't only about star power. It's about fit, contract dynamics, and long-term alignment with team culture. Giannis, for example, presents a high-reward scenario, but it's the surrounding pieces, financial flexibility, and willingness to adapt that determine success. The Warriors are in a rare position where they can offer multiple valuable assets without compromising future planning. Meanwhile, players like Moses Moody, Will Richard, and even Poole showcase the kind of talent that can both contribute now and enhance trade value, giving Golden State multiple pathways to optimize the roster. Looking at recent performance trends, the Warriors' ability to adjust mid-season is noteworthy. The transition after Jimmy's absence revealed the importance of adaptability, both on the court and in management decisions. It highlighted how vital bench depth, player versatility, and a cohesive system are to maintaining elite performance. Watching Steph Curry continue to rise as a leader and observing bench players step up in scoring, defense, and playmaking confirms that Golden State isn't reliant on a single player or moment. They're building a team culture that can endure challenges, injuries, and roster changes while staying competitive at the highest level. This season is shaping up to be a fascinating chapter for the Warriors. The blend of emerging talent, seasoned veterans, and strategic flexibility has created a roster capable of contending while remaining nimble in the trade market. The recent performance against Utah was a microcosm of this philosophy. 5 bench players in double figures, efficient scoring, and smart rotations exemplify how well-prepared and cohesive this team can be. It's the kind of consistency that not only brings wins, but also solidifies the identity of a franchise committed to excellence and adaptability, showcasing the perfect balance between experience, youth, and championship mentality. Continuing on the subject of the Warriors' evolving roster and the looming trade deadline, the landscape of the NBA is shifting in a way that could be highly advantageous for Golden State. The combination of expiring contracts, young talent with untapped potential, and the abundance of first-round picks gives them the flexibility to make bold moves that other teams simply cannot. This isn't just about acquiring a superstar. It's about building a team that maintains depth, chemistry, and long-term competitiveness. Every player on the roster now is under scrutiny, not just for what they contribute in the box score, but for how they fit into the championship mentality that has defined Golden State over the past decade. The possibility of acquiring Giannis Antetokounmpo has energized fans and analysts alike. His impact on the court is undeniable. But what makes the potential trade so intriguing is the strategic window Golden State has to assemble an offer that appeals to the Bucks. By leveraging 3 unprotected first-round picks, along with promising young players like Kuminga and key contributors such as Poole and potentially Jimmy Butler, the Warriors can present a package that maximizes both value and fit. The challenge lies not in the allure of the offer, but in timing. The Bucks may be hesitant to part with Giannis during the offseason, preferring to extract maximum leverage. Golden State, however, can use its financial flexibility and roster depth to make an offer compelling enough to act immediately. The trade calculus extends beyond just acquiring talent. It's about maintaining balance across the roster. If Giannis comes aboard, the team would still need a strong supporting cast at center and forward positions to complement him and Steph Curry. Players like Bobby Portis, with favorable contract terms, and potentially Kyle Kuzma, whose deal is nearing its end, become strategic pieces that can both provide immediate contributions and allow for continued roster adaptability. The goal isn't simply to add star power. It's to construct a team where each component enhances the others, creating a cohesive unit that can compete at the highest level without sacrificing financial flexibility for future seasons. Depth remains a critical factor, especially with Jimmy sidelined. The Utah game illustrated just how essential bench contributions are. Scoring in double digits from 5 reserve players is not a fluke. It's a sign of a well-coached, versatile team that can weather injuries and maintain high performance. This depth gives the Warriors multiple options in trade negotiations. Players who demonstrate that they can thrive in a team-oriented system, rather than solely seeking personal stats, increase their value both on the court and in potential trades. Conversely, it also highlights which players might be expendable. Those who are less invested in the team's culture could be used strategically to acquire more impactful pieces. Steph Curry continues to redefine leadership on the floor. Since Jimmy's absence, he has embraced the scoring mantle fully, consistently delivering performances that sustain Golden State's competitiveness. His ability to take over games while managing the flow of the offense allows others to excel in complementary roles. Interestingly, his focus on scoring has slightly reduced his rebounds and assists, but this trade-off is intentional and beneficial for the team. By letting Curry take the offensive reins, Golden State maximizes efficiency and allows bench players like Poole, Moody, and Richard to flourish, which in turn strengthens the overall roster profile. As the deadline approaches, contract value becomes increasingly significant. Expiring contracts are more coveted than ever, allowing teams to clear cap space while acquiring talent. Golden State's ability to combine expiring contracts with promising young players and unprotected picks places them in a prime position to negotiate high-impact trades. It's not just about the immediate season. It's about crafting a team capable of competing now while retaining the flexibility to make further moves in subsequent off-seasons. This strategic approach reflects an evolution in roster construction, where financial and contractual considerations are as crucial as on-court skill sets. The broader NBA environment reinforces this strategy. Teams outside the top tier are increasingly seeking short-term flexibility to position themselves as contenders, rather than committing heavily to long-term contracts that may limit mobility. The Warriors, with their mix of veteran leadership, emerging talent, and cap flexibility, are uniquely positioned to take advantage of this paradigm shift. By leveraging their resources intelligently, Golden State can pursue marquee acquisitions while retaining the adaptability needed to navigate injuries, performance fluctuations, and unforeseen challenges during the season. Another critical aspect is player evaluation under real-game conditions. The recent Utah game served as a proving ground, revealing which players can deliver under pressure and which may struggle in high-stakes scenarios. This is invaluable for the front office when planning trades or rotations. Players who demonstrate resilience, basketball IQ, and the ability to contribute in multiple ways increase both their trade and developmental value. Conversely, players who perform inconsistently provide leverage in negotiations to bring in complementary talent. This balance between performance evaluation and strategic maneuvering exemplifies the sophistication of modern NBA roster management. Before we continue, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Dubs updates. Let's keep going. In a move that has sent shockwaves throughout the basketball world, whispers are circulating that the Golden State Warriors are closing in on acquiring JAYSON Tatum, the Eastern Conference superstar widely regarded as one of the league's most dynamic forwards. If true, this seismic shift would instantly alter the balance of power in the NBA, leaving the Eastern Conference scrambling to rethink its playoff strategies. Sources close to team insiders suggest that Golden State, already a juggernaut with Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green, is exploring a blockbuster deal that could see Tatum join forces with the reigning dynasty. Analysts are already speculating on the sheer impact of such a pairing. A team that blends Tatum's scoring versatility with the Warriors' trademark ball movement and sharpshooting could become nearly unstoppable. Eastern Conference teams, long accustomed to Tatum leading Boston or another contender, are reportedly bracing for a worst-case scenario. Executives are holding emergency meetings, trying to gauge how they could counterbalance the addition of one of the league's most feared two-way players to the Warriors' already lethal roster. The ripple effects could reshape trade conversations across the league, as teams suddenly reassess the value of their own stars in potential swaps or roster tweaks. While nothing has been officially confirmed, social media is ablaze with speculation, with fans and pundits alike debating whether Tatum's skill set could truly elevate Golden State to an even more dominant tier. Would his presence solve the one lingering question about the Warriors, consistent offensive firepower in crunch time, or create chemistry challenges that only time can resolve? Either way, the potential ramifications are enough to send shockwaves from coast to coast. For now, the NBA world waits with bated breath. If the rumors prove accurate, we could be witnessing the birth of a super team for the modern era, one capable of rewriting narratives and forcing the Eastern Conference into a frantic recalibration. One thing is certain: the landscape of professional basketball may never look the same again. Stay updated exclusively with the latest Dub Nation news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep getting daily updates on the Warriors. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. Your input is essential for the Dubs community. Stay tuned for the next video.